Hey, happy day 717 of What She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Oh my, excuse me. Inhaled wrong and off goes the cough. Hey, today I'm thinking about an expression that isn't probably grammatically correct, but it's, where's your head at? I don't know about you, but as a serial entrepreneur and probably ADHD, never diagnosed, but I'm sure I have ADHD because both my kids do. And I bounce around like a chicken with my head cut off sometimes. Here we have my chicken without its head cut off, but I actually have a chicken with its head cut off because it's here on my desk somewhere. I don't know where, but it's set to remind me to not run around like a chicken with my head cut off. So instead of looking at that one all the time, now this one is sitting down below my on a table right here that I could grab it. But where's your head at? Running around like a chicken with your head cut off. I used to do that a lot. And so I remember as a child even, I think that many of us who are entrepreneurial and have our own businesses, we are not always the most focused. At least I'm not. And a lot of the people I've known that are super successful business people are the same way. We have multi industries, interests. We have a lot of different interests. And that causes us to jump from thing to thing, and people think that we're chaotic and we're not really focused, when in fact we actually get more done than most people do, because we just do a lot of things and we have a lot of interest. But my whole point is, I would always get from my dad, where's your head at? What are you thinking? Why'd you do that? Or I'd get questioned by friends and family and business associates and things. It's like, where's your head at? What are you thinking? And over the years, I've come to understand and learn about myself and about other people. Whenever I need to stop and pause and figure out where I am, if I feel like I'm confused and I don't know what I'm thinking or what my mindset is, all I have to do is look at the results that I'm getting right at this very moment in my life. Now, that's not really where my head's at. That's where my head has been. That's led to the results that I'm seeing right now, right? Because can only affect the present moment. We can only act now, yada, 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 all that woo-woo stuff. But where's your head at? A lot of times I would ask myself, what's next? What am I thinking? What do I want to focus on? Where is my head at? And I would struggle with that a little bit. And then I learned, and I'm not sure how I learned, probably through a lot of introspection and trial and error and making a whole lot of mistakes, that I could determine exactly where my thinking was. Because bottom line is, if our mind isn't right, if our thinking isn't right, if our mindset isn't moving us in the direction we want to go, we're either staying stagnant or we're deteriorating. The nature of the universe is change. Things are always changing. So if they're not changing for the better, then they're either staying the same or deteriorating. And we could argue that the status quo, things staying the same, is sort of deteriorating because other things around us are always changing and improving and expanding and getting better. So if we're not a part of that, then we're the opposite of that, right? Because we live in a polar universe. Positive, negative, hot, cold, up, down, good, bad, kind, evil, whatever. We live in a polar universe. So if we're not moving toward what we want, we're automatically accepting and moving toward what we don't want. So my trick, and the best trick for understanding where your mindset is, if we're confused about that in any area of our life, if I'm confused about where I am in a relationship, all I have to do is actually step back and look at the results that I'm getting. What am I experiencing? How am I feeling in that relationship? If I'm wondering financially how I'm doing and what my mindset is and how I'm thinking, if I'm thinking about scarcity or abundance, all I have to do is look at my bank account, or look at my charge card balances, or look at my budget, or look at some financial indicator that will show me right now, this instant, what I've been thinking up until this point. Now, if the result isn't what I want it to be, and a result is just a result, it isn't negative or positive, it's how we look at it. But if the result isn't what I want to be moving forward in my life, then I know that the first thing I have to do is change something about my thinking, my mindset, my beliefs. There's something that's causing me to get a result that is different than what I think that I want. It's a really interesting topic, and we could probably talk about it for a couple hours. I'm sure I could do a whole day seminar on the impact of our mindset and whether we allow ourselves to do something or not. And I'm a prime example of that. We're looking at day 717 of transitioning from the offline to online world, and I still am not anywhere near the goal I've set for myself with respect to creating the same amount of success online as I have offline. Offline business and corporate and work and being an employee, all of that came really easy for me, except for the fitting into the little box part. That was hard for me, but I was really successful in those arenas. And online, I have not to this point let myself experience that same level of success. Now, the result is I have not. I want to, I obviously consciously want to, but I have not achieved that yet. And I have to stop and say, why not? Well, the only difference is my belief, my mindset, because our beliefs are our thoughts. Thoughts we think a lot become our beliefs. And so it's 100% on me to figure out what conflicting beliefs and mindset issues and challenges do I have that I've been letting get in the way of me creating what it is that I say that I want, right? Because we all say that we want success. We all want, $100 million businesses or $1 billion businesses. We all want to change the world. Why haven't I done that yet? And I'm not saying why haven't I done that yet in a way to beat myself up. I'm saying that is, why have I not done that? What is getting in my way that's giving me the results I've got right now? Here's the results I've got right now. It's not the ultimate results I want. So what is holding me back? The only thing holding me back is me. So what in me is holding me back? It always boils down to a mindset, which is thoughts and beliefs and feelings about the feelings are just from our thoughts and beliefs, right? That's how our feelings come up. So if we look at our feelings, we look at our results. What is happening in my life right this very minute? That's an indicator of what our mindset is. If I look around myself, and I can look around right now either direction, and I see a whole lot of stuff still. Now, I spent a whole lot of time last year actually eliminating and letting go of 90% of my physical belongings, my physical stuff that was around me. My lifestyle's changed in the last, decade, and I'm not a mom. I'm still a mom, but my kids don't live with me. I have one granddaughter, but I don't need all of the things that I needed when I was raising my family and raising my kids. I mean, I had an entire room, a big room, full of holiday things. I didn't just have one little tub of Halloween decorations. I had like 8 tubs of Halloween decorations. I don't even know how many boxes and tubs of Christmas stuff. I never counted because I didn't want to admit how much stuff I had and that I let go of. But I did that, and I still look around me and I still have a lot of physical stuff. Now, if I ask myself, what is the true mindset, belief, reason that I keep so much chaos and stuff around me, it comes from a lack and scarcity mentality. I don't know where that came from. I'm sure it came from having 4 sisters and scrapping and competing for everything as we were growing up. I don't know. I don't want to know. I just know that the result I'm still seeing in my life is more chaos than I want, more clutter and more material stuff than I want surrounding me moving forward. So that means I've got some kind of a mental block, mental issue, mental challenge. My ex-husband would say, I have lots of mental issues, but that's a discussion for another day. But obviously, the result that I'm still seeing in my life is too much stuff. Too much stuff I used to look at and think of as abundance, and it is abundance, but instead of seeing it in my mind as abundance and I have all these amazing things around me, I would think of it as junk and clutter and chaos. And so if I'm looking at it that way and it feels that way, and that's the result I'm getting, that actually comes from a scarcity mentality, the unwillingness to let go of the things and the material things, thinking that I might need it someday. I mean, I don't know where I got that belief. Probably from, probably belongs to my mom or my mom and dad, right? Because they grew up in the Depression. That thinking I need to hold on something or save it for a rainy day or save it for when I need it, that is a total scarcity mentality. Now, I didn't really realize that until recently, and now when I look at that, when I shine the light on it, it's easy to see and easy to understand that that's the underlying belief and current that's conflicting with what I want, right? I want abundance and smooth operations and simplicity and processes and systems, and that is abundance thinking, right? But then on the other hand, I hold on to things and I keep them because of a scarcity and a lack mentality. And again, why I have that, where it came from, isn't as important as knowing that I have it and then realizing that when things come up and I have to make a decision or a choice about something, well, do I get rid of this bag of clothes or do I keep it? Well, it's pretty easy to say, Goodwill, here you go. Somebody that could use these things. And I think giving is from a place of abundance as well. So we could have, again, like I said, I could have a whole discussion on that. But my whole point is, where's your head at? Where's my head at? I can always determine where my real head is at, where my mindset is, what my thinking is, by looking at my results. Is it hard to look at your results sometimes? Yeah. Is it hard to step back and look at your relationship and see that your relationship that you've been in for 25 years actually sucks and has sucked for a really long time, but you didn't want to acknowledge it? That's hard. It's hard to step back and see and do that. But we have to look at the results we're getting if we want to really achieve the results that we want. So, been thinking about that this morning. Last day of my 10-day challenge. My challenges, secrets on how to do challenges. It's all about handling objections and Q&A, questions and answers, to help people through that. I do not have a call to action on this one. I may or may not. I haven't decided yet. I will decide today if I'm going to have a call to action on it or not. I might send people to the, I take a group through the One Funnel Away from ClickFunnels challenge. I might send people to that, or I might just let them know that in about a month, I'm going to be redoing this challenge as something else. I'm going to start doing it live and do it live. I'm going to follow the Kelly Roach example and just do it live a few times and see how I like doing that. I like doing live challenges, but in the past, I've changed my mind and I've changed the challenges. I do different challenges all the time. Sometimes I do health challenges, sometimes I do business challenges, sometimes I do stress, emotional challenges, or to reduce stress. I recently did a blood pressure challenge, did a 90-day YouTube challenge. I do 365-day challenges to create a certain feeling or a certain area of success in my personal life, and then I bring people along with me. But I think what I'm going to do is model her system of doing the same challenge over and over and over again. And it's not just her system. I mean, One Funnel Away has been around over a year. Prior to that, we were doing other people doing challenges a lot. I mean, it's not a new concept, but how we take it and how we tweak it and how we make it our own, it becomes our thing. And challenges are pretty much my thing. I've been doing them for decades, not just for since they've been popular online, but for decades I've been doing challenges and leading people through challenges. And so I think it feels like the right thing for me to do for this next little while. We'll test it and we'll tweak it and we'll see if I like it. And if it feels right to me, I'll keep doing it. And if it gets results for people, I'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, you know me, I'll do something else, right? So that fun challenge, actually one of the challenges I'm doing is 365 days or a year, this whole year, and I didn't start at the beginning of the year. One fun thing a day, because I'm not very fun. I know it. I have not been very fun for the last decade. I mean, I have personally things that I think are fun, but as far as other people looking in, I wouldn't think very many people would think that I'm very fun. I would think they'd think pretty boring and too serious. I was always too serious when I was in corporate America, and I had fun, but mostly I was serious. I was always too serious when I was running my own businesses offline. Very, very serious, like grumpy serious, and that's because I was trying to do everything myself. Wouldn't ask for help. Still have a hard time asking for help, but I'm improving in that area. So that's it. That's all I've got today. That's enough rambling about where's your head at. But yeah, I remember being asked a lot as a kid, where's your head at? What are you thinking? Why did you do that? Why did you throw that rock at that board and have it spring back and whack you in the head? I mean, don't know, right? So have an amazing day. If I can help you anyway, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with another, just check in with what I'm doing and as I'm documenting the journey from the offline brick and mortar world to the online world. I like to say from real business to marketing and sales is what really the online world's about. The online world is almost predominantly about marketing and sales. At least that's my observation. And about scarcity and lack and creating senses of urgency and things like that. Or it's more just a way to get the word out, which is marketing, right? Letting people know that you exist. So have an amazing day. Again, if I can help you, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow.